Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. Due to YouTube's changing quote-unquote community standards, I created a channel called Grumpy Old Fart over on Rumble, a free speech alternative to YouTube. You can see all of my stuff over there, including my political and social commentary, as well as my current events videos. The links to my YouTube and Rumble channels, as well as links to let you order my books, are in the description of this video. If you enjoy my content, please like, share, subscribe, and comment. I welcome your comments, even if you disagree with me. Now, on with the video. Hey there, Grumpy Old Fart here. I'm doing a Conspiracies Proven video. It's kind of a follow-up video on a video I did a while back. I did a Conspiracies Proven video on MK Ultra because it was a real government program. It was designed to, find out a way to do mind control on people, and it was at least partially successful. It was real. It actually did, in fact, exist. This particular one is MK Ultra Chaos, and the reason I call it that, well, first off, go check out that other video so you have a frame of reference of what I'm talking about. Excuse me. Something to drink. There's a journalist named Tom O'Neill. He's written a book titled Chaos. I have not read the book. I intend to get it. I did see a video on it where he was talking about it. So, actually 3 videos on it. So, he was talking about it, and I'm really interested to get this book. Basically, Tom O'Neill spent 20 years researching all of the information for this book. As I understand it, he was contracted to do an article on something, and he missed that deadline because he's finding more and more stuff to do. So that blossomed into a 20-year search, and he found a bunch of information about this. So this book was published several years ago. I just recently found out about it, so you gotta bear with me on that. But I do intend to get the book. Apparently, this is according to those videos. Here we go. In his book, Tom O'Neill asserts that MK Ultra was a much more far-reaching program made up of dozens, if not hundreds, of sub-programs. I talked about this in the other video, but I didn't know what it was called. This one's called Midnight Climax, was the program where hookers were luring Johns into apartments and safe houses and dosing them with LSD. Okay. Here's where we get into his book. Evidently, the Harvard LSD studies were apparently part of MK Ultra. At least as I understand it, this is what he's asserting. One of the Harvard LSD studies' objectives was torturing people to find their breaking point. One of their test subjects was a man named Theodore Kaczynski. Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber. Apparently the Unabomber was part of these studies, which makes the Unabomber a victim of MK Ultra. Back in the 50s and 60s and like that, the CIA infiltrated hippie communities and had been instrumental in Charles Manson's background. Charles Manson is apparently a product of MK Ultra. I mean, yeah. Everybody knows who Charles Manson was with the Tate and I want to say the Tate Bianca murders. I know it was the Tate murders. But it's crazy. And it gets worse. Here we go. Whitey Bulger apparently was an MK Ultra product from the 50s. Whitey Bulger was a major criminal, organized crime figure. Murdered God knows how many people. One of the doctors who worked under Gottlieb in MK Ultra projects was a man named Louis Jolly West. West has a colorful background. This guy had fingers in a lot of pies. He was Jack Ruby's court-appointed psychiatrist. If you don't know who Jack Ruby is, his real name was Jacob Rubenstein. Jack Ruby shot Lee Harvey Oswald on television. Lee Harvey Oswald is the guy who allegedly shot Kennedy. I don't believe that, but he had been arrested for it, and they were leading him through a parking garage, and Jack Ruby jumped out and said, "Oswald!" Bam, and shot him and killed him. So, yeah, and then they appoint this guy Jolly West as his court-appointed psychiatrist for the man who shot the man who allegedly shot the president. West is on record saying that MK Ultra experimenting on psychiatric patients is a good thing because psychiatric patients doing or saying crazy things would not be noticed. That is an evil, evil motherfucker. I don't care who you are. Pardon my French. Yeah, it goes on and on. There are people. I saw another video recently. This isn't tied in. I don't believe this is tied in with Mr. O'Neill's book, but I saw a video recently where, if you're not familiar with who Sirhan was, he's the guy who shot Robert Kennedy. He has claimed for decades that he doesn't remember doing it. There are people who have worked with him who have evidently presented a number of pictures of innocuous people. One of those pictures happened to be Lewis Jolly West, the same doctor I just talked about. And evidently Sirhan picked him out of the lineup and said, "I've seen this guy, he's familiar." Something like that. So evidently Sirhan is tied in with this somehow. I can't prove that, but it would make sense. It falls right in line with what's going on. Now, if Tom O'Neill's information is accurate, then someone has a hell of a lot of explaining to do. Ted Kaczynski, the Unabomber, mailed bombs to people. Charles Manson sent his underlings to perform the Sharon Tate murders. I want to say the Bianca murders as well. I think there was 2 sets of murders there. Whitey Bulger was an organized crime figure, and God only knows how many deaths he's responsible for. That's what Tom O'Neill is asserting. Now, at least as I understand it, if I understand the videos correctly. I've not read the book, so bear with me. If Sirhan was a victim of this MK Ultra mind control, then it would explain a lot about the RFK murders. Okay? And by the way, if you're not familiar with that, the medical examiner said, I believe it was the medical examiner, said that the fatal shot to RFK came from about 1 or 2 inches behind his ear, and Sirhan was in front of him. So, again, everything is up in the air. We don't know. There are rumors and whistleblowers claiming that MK Ultra is ongoing under different names. If that is true, normal people like your next door neighbor, your kid's peewee football coach, or the janitor at your office may be a sleeper agent ready to kill people, and they wouldn't even know it. That's the insidious nature of this mind control that they're trying to do. That was their goal with MK Ultra, is to create sleeper agents, assassins, who didn't know they were assassins, would perform the assassination and not remember it. Does that sound a lot like certain person who shot Robert Kennedy? Does that sound a lot like a lot of these other lone nut assassins? You see what I'm saying? It falls in line. Now, I'm not saying all of them are MK Ultra stooges. That's not what I'm saying. But there are instances where some of them definitely could be. That's all I'm saying. But again, check out my other video on MK Ultra, and it's crazy. People are winning lawsuits on this. That's all I'm saying. I hope this finds everybody well, and keep your eyes and ears open. That's all I'm saying. You folks have a good day now. God bless one and all. Devo Poland, a scientific representative of a pacifist race called the Gandhiri, is sent away as an exchange officer. His objective? To learn the one skill his species never developed, to fight. And he's sent to learn that skill from the one species who does it better than any other in the galaxy, humans. If you like science fiction with an upbeat military tone, check out my novel, Vanguard 1.